Good morning, everybody. It is with great honor that I'm here with you today in San Lucas to help kick off some very important projects for the community. I want to share that this podium that I'm standing at is really important to me. I only bring it out for really important occasions. One of those was when I announced I was running for supervisor. The night before that announcement, we realized we don't have a podium. So my wife, she's a woodworker, she said, give me about a half hour. She ran into the basement and she built this. It's been my good luck podium. That podium got me elected to office and got me put into a position to be a change maker. That opportunity brought me to the community of San Lucas, where I sat in a classroom with Mr. Carvey and the kids here to learn about their vision for their own community. And today, the work that you're going to see initiated is bringing that vision to life. It's important that the change we want to see in our communities comes from the voices within it. And when it's the smallest and the youngest voices calling out for that change, we have to listen. And so it was with great pride and joy that I fought hard for 3 years on behalf of this community and the children to get it done. Can't do it alone. You get to the Board of Supervisors and you realize you need 3 votes. And I explained that to the kids. I said, I can't do this on my own. If you want to see this change, help me. Send me a couple letters for whatever your vision might be. They did their part, and today I'm proud to say that we on the Board of Supervisors are doing our part. And so with that, I want to invite up our first speaker today to share a few words about this project, and it's Supervisor Luis Alejo. He was one of those votes that helped get me there, that helped join me in this call for change in the community of San Lucas. So with great honor, I welcome up Supervisor Luis Alejo.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Everybody, first of all, I want to really thank my good friend, Supervisor Chris Lopez, who's been a great champion for South County and communities like San Lucas, whether it's on the water, today with this groundbreaking of having streets repaved and sidewalks being constructed in this community that have waited for far too long. And I really want to thank you, Chris, because you were a voice for all these families. I know there's a lot of other families that can't be here because they're out working, but this is their home. This is their neighborhood. This is where they raise their kids, and this is a special place. And so I was proud to join Chris and my other colleagues to get the money that we need to get this work done for this community. Es un día muy orgullosamente para nosotros ver este día que el supervisor Chris López ha trabajado muy duro y abogando para esta comunidad para recibir fondos para mejorar estas calles, para traer esos recursos a esta comunidad. Este lugar es una comunidad muy especial porque es el lugar donde viven todas esas familias que aquí crecen sus niños, aquí tienen sus sueños, aquí son sus hogares, sus vecindarios, y para nosotros es tan importante poner recursos para la gente que lo merece más. These are the families that deserve it the most. They have waited for far too long, and now the money is coming, the resources are coming. The excuse used to be for so long that there wasn't any money, but the voters of Monterey County passed Measure X, the state passed SB 1, which is state tax dollars, and now having good representation on the board really matters. It means that the votes will take place to make sure money comes to these communities that have historically been neglected for far too long. Esos son recursos que con el liderazgo de Chris López, él empujó para que comunidades como San Lucas, comunidades que han sido ignoradas históricamente, ahora sí tienen la atención que merecen. So I want to thank you, Chris. I want to thank this school, because I know this school is a special place for a lot of these families, but also we have a lot more work to do. The next thing that we want to do is finish the work on the clean drinking water for San Lucas. I know the communities have waited for years, so the work is just starting. It's not finished, and more for us to do. So muchas gracias, and I'm here supporting and showing love to the people of San Lucas. Muchas gracias, Chris.
I've got to share, I was having a conversation earlier with somebody who said 42 years ago when they moved to this community as a 6-year-old child, they were hearing, the county's going to change the roads, the county's going to come improve these roads, they're going to invest in the roads. Well, it took 42 years, and I apologize for that. I've only been in office 3, but we're getting it done today. So with a heartfelt gratitude to you, I want to say that Finally, it's happening, and thank you for coming out today to show your support. And I know that your child, your daughter, was one of those who wrote me a letter to say this is what our community needs. It all comes full circle. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for investing in this community. And thank you for being part of the change that we're seeing today. With that, it's with great honor I want to invite up the principal slash superintendent slash dog catcher. She introduced herself to me the very first time we met on campus, Jessica Riley. Come on up.
Thank you, Chris. I grew up outside of California in a very big city, and when I moved here to the Bryson community of South Monterey County in 2009, I met Chris at one of our town halls, and the first thing that amazed me is that in these small towns, our local politicians show up and talk to us even when we are a small group of 20 or 30 constituents. They make the time to tell us that we matter. And I've been here since then, and it has never failed to amaze me how much people love and take pride in their small town identities. And here at San Lucas, where I have also been working and teaching and catching dogs and calling Chris and saying, hey, we need this, I've always wanted the children here to know that their actions matter, that their lives matter, and that they can go on from this school to a larger community to which they will also contribute. As part of our local control and accountability plan goals, we have a focus on literacy, as all schools do. But here at San Lucas, we also have a focus on civics as a special focus for our children. And I can't think of a greater way to teach them the power of the pen in their role as a global citizen than for their own letter writing campaign to lead to a project facilitated by our county board. And they get to walk on these streets and sidewalks every day and think, I did this. I helped make this happen. And it was my writing and my literacy skills and my civic responsibilities. So thank you very much to everybody who helped make this happen. Supervisor Lopez, Supervisor Alejo, the offices of Senator Caballero and Assemblymember Rivas, and our board members, Miguel Lomeli, Maria Lomeli. Is Maribel Flores still here? Okay, her daughter is here, and I see her family, and everyone else who helped make this happen and came here today. Thank you.
Next up, I want to invite one of the instigators, Mr. Carvey. Mr. Carvey's a teacher who I think retired and then came back to take on a new challenge here in the community of San Lucas, giving back to this community who needed it so badly. I'm going to ask him right now, he doesn't know this, to make an introduction for us to the students we have with us who were part of the campaign. So Mr. Carvey, if you come up, share a few words, and make sure to make those introductions for us.
And a big thank you to Supervisor Lopez and to Supervisor Alejo for taking their time and making sure this project actually happened. I want to read a quote from a favorite author of mine, Dietrich Bonhoeffer. He said, "Not in the flight of ideas, but only in action is there freedom. Make up your mind and come out into the tempest of the living." So we're alive. There's a tempest. These supervisors had to fight for this project. It was not easy. But I want to thank Supervisor Lopez for coming down here, taking the action step of speaking to our students. So what do you want for your community? After he did that, our students took action. I said, you guys, let's back up Supervisor Lopez. Let's write a letter. And we took as our format the thoughts of Martin Luther King Jr. He said, I have a dream. I said, tell us, what is your dream, kids? Tell the supervisors, what do you dream of for San Lucas? And they did that, and they wrote letters, and they were good letters. So I want to introduce two of those students right now. I got Ari Velasquez, could you come? And Salvador Resendez, could you come? These are two of the letter writer people. And their words matter. As Mrs. Riley said, the words that we speak matter. The things that we write down matter. Literacy matters. Writing letters matters. For these guys, They wrote the letters probably several years ago. They thought, well, we don't know what's going to happen. But you know what? Sometimes politics, the wheels grind slowly, but the wheels grind surely. And we've ended up with a project. So thanks to these two for that.
So we're almost to the actual fun part, which is turning some shovels, but this project couldn't happen without partners. At the end of the day, you guys for the next few months are going to see some faces around this community helping make this happen. And we know it's going to be annoying. There's going to be traffic. There's going to be areas you can't park in. So in order to make some connections here, I want to invite up Enrique Saavedra from County Public Works, who's going to introduce some of our key members here today that are helping make this project possible for our community.
Good morning, everybody. Like Supervisor said, my name is Enrique Saavedra. I'm the Chief of Public Works. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to the board, Chris and Supervisor Alejo, for your leadership and providing the funding for this project to make this project happen. So thank you. So second of all, on behalf of our director, Randy Ishii, and myself and our crew here, I'm going to introduce you in a little bit. We're very, look forward to this project very much so, to take place this summer. We're going to be asking for your patience as we do our construction work. It's going to be a little bit dusty, a little bit noisy, like you can hear there in the background. But we promise to work with you and let you know as much information we can about the project as we go along. So with that, I'd like to introduce some of the people you'll see here, some of our team members. So we'll start off with the project manager, Victor Gutierrez. Raise your hand, Victor. Come over here. Our county inspector / RE, Victor Queen. And our contractor is Granite Construction, so Jason. And then intern with Jason, Juan Herrera. Again, thank you for your help. Look forward to working with you this summer. So, Supervisor, again, thank you, and look forward to working with all you this summer.
All right. Now here's the fun part. We're going to do this groundbreaking just a little different. The folks that I want up here this time are all the kids from the community. It's their project. Let's have every child who's willing come up. Monica's got some helmets for you guys. Where's Monica? Monica's got some helmets for you guys. We're going to put a shovel in your hands, and you guys are going to do the first groundbreaking here today. You got a helmet on? Come on down behind.
Way. All the way down. The bigger kids, let's go in the back. If you're taller,
kids in the back, smaller kids in the front.
there you go.
Come here, huh?
For real. 1, 2, 3. This was such a fun occasion that we want the kids to keep the helmets and your shovels. Keep those as a memory of today, okay? Remember that this project was yours.
Thank you.
So this project, the primary purpose is to rehab the streets, the pavements, to redo the pavements throughout the town of San Lucas, and to install some walkways for the community to walk on, like sidewalks, but not with the curb and gutter features. Walk paths will start here at the school and progress towards the street of San Lucas along San Benito Street. And the goal of it to allow the kids to have a walking path from their homes to the school site year-round. Here when it rains, it gets muddy and whatnot, so these allow the kids to stay on some firm ground to walk on. So the project is starting today. You can see there's some equipment already moving around on the west side of town, and they can expect the streets to be done in phases. We're trying to do the work in the least inconvenience to the community as possible. We're working with them to try to give them heads up of what blocks we're working on so they can park or move their cars accordingly. But it is going to be a little dusty, it can be noisy. We ask for the patience during this time. And so the first work you'll see is the walkways. It'll be the concrete walkways down San Benito Street from the school again to the north side of town. And that will be followed by the pavement work. We expect the whole project to last about 3 months, approximately, a little less, 2.5 to 3 months. Their goal is to be done during the summer, so it'll be in time for the school opening in the fall.
This is one of those really small communities where people don't expect much from their government. We had a gentleman share that it had been 42 years that he'd lived here, and the story was always the same. They're coming, they're gonna redo the roads. They're coming, they're gonna redo the roads. For 42 years, he's got his own daughter now who happened to be one of those young ladies that wrote me a letter asking for this to happen, making this their priority. And at the end of the day, what this shows me is that their voices matter. It tells me and tells the rest of the community and the county that when a small community like San Lucas speaks up, it's for real needs. And this need was an investment in infrastructure. We're seeing it happen today, and not by the work of anybody, but by the sheer will of the kids of this community saying that this is the need. And so it took us a couple of years to put the resources together to make it happen. But standing here today at the culmination of this groundbreaking that is gonna, at the end, change this community for the better, it's incredible. The heart and soul's always been here in San Lucas, and now the streets and sidewalks are gonna match. They're gonna show what this community's always known, that they're special, that they're worth it, and that they deserve just as much as anybody else in Monterey County.
1, 2, 3. San Lucas!